as is mentioned in the title, going to be looking at it's going to be Thunderbolts related. We're returning to that old gal. Now, if you remember,
man, it's so. I almost feel like it's important to remind everybody. Everybody was saying such great things about Thunderbolts, what, 2-3 weeks ago, and now it's just gone. It's disappeared.
Worldwide gross 335 million. Whoops.
So, like, it actually looks like it's going to do worse than Captain America.
Which I think was a reasonable.
It would do worse than.
I think it's a reasonable guess to have said it would do worse. It's just that everyone might have tricked you by saying it's fucking amazing. We're just like,
well, they're
what?
really trying to push that it was great. And remember, even Marvel, seeing the positive results, were like, this movie was one of the first movies in our quality before quantity approach that we've done. That was something I believe that they even said, and it's like, because I guess the hope was that would help, and it did not.
Well, so for instance,
when they talked about quality versus quantity, it was the quality of the money that they brought in, not the quantity of the money they brought in.
Bob Iger said Thunderbolts is the first and best example of Marvel's new focus on quality over quantity. By consolidating a bit and having Marvel focus much more on their films, we believe that will result in better quality.
If it is pretty funny. It is the best by definition. It's just that the first and the best, obviously, because you haven't done any others yet. So shut up.
True. Well, and also, isn't that a really bad thing to say? Because if you're saying it's the first and best example of all the films that you've made so far, you've indirectly said Fantastic Four is worse.
Well, no, that could be the second and the new best.
The second and best.
It's a great thing. It spirals exponentially. But
we're saving our best for the fourth one, guys. You want to really hang in there. We're really cooking with our
first and worst.
Movie.
It is always like a condemnation of everything that's come before it, though. It's like, no, this one is quality, guys. All the last 15 of them, they've been shit, but that was just focused on quantity. This is quality.
We just wanted to get the bad stuff out of the way.
Yeah, I know it's our second movie this year, and we're only in May, and there's a show coming out this month, but it's quality over quantity still.
And the fact that they've already said that they want 3 movies per year still. It's like, that's as many as you've been making basically this whole time. So what are you talking about? You still want to make a whole bunch of shit.
Whoa, quality over quantity there for you, okay? Jeez.
They said that they wanted to make 3 movies a year, 1 to 2 live action shows a year, and 2 animated series a year. So they still want to make 7
quality.
They want to release 7 things a year. And it's like, yes, that's the quality before quantity formula of Marvel. And then fundamentally, it doesn't matter. Even if they just make 1 movie, I think they only got 1 movie next year now. Right? It's just Avengers. And Spider-Man. It's like, both those are probably going to suck. Like, so, quality before quantity, right?
Fuck yeah. Well, I mainly wanted to highlight just how much because it's going to be a good preamble for the video we're going to check out. It's like a lot of people said that this film was not only fantastic and great and amazing, but that it's pretty much set to make a lot of money. This one's going to be this is going to change things. It's just like, no, it was just the same as everything else.
Actually, even worse than that. it's doing worse than Cap
I wonder how those people reconcile that, because a lot of them would say the same thing about like the whole superhero fatigue is a myth, and obviously we can discuss it depending on whatever people think of it here, but there's definitely some kind of broad interest in genre as time goes on, comes and goes, and superhero was absolutely at a peak that was not right now. It was, even Deadpool and Wolverine doesn't counter that narrative compared to all of the shittier films that no one cares about still making loads of money at one point. What was it, like 2018-19 would have been like the holy shit, everyone's making so much money era. Maybe we could stretch it further than that, actually. Like 20 I'm trying to think of what, because like Shazam making loads of money, or Aquaman, and a lot of DC ones.
Good enough, basically. Aquaman was bafflingly successful.
Yeah. There's some things that got found out about this movie that we didn't get to talk about at the time, but we totally can now. Being that Thunderbolts had a couple of different plans, evident from watching the movie being strange enough as usual with Marvel's cutty editing, but choppy, I should say. But there were plans that most people didn't ever think were the case. Thanks to interviews, we now know about a few of them, and I was just going to let people know about some here and there. So here is John Walker's original plan, which is pretty funny considering the information we got from Captain Falcon as a film. So the original plan was for John Walker, aka U.S. Agent, to be the main villain of Thunderbolts, according to writer Eric Pearson. In that scenario, Walker would have been similar to Thaddeus Ross in Captain America Brave New World, a human time bomb powered by super soldier serum rather than gamma radiation. Pearson told Comic Book that this version of the movie was fine. I just like this. It's tolerable. But it didn't strike the tone he was looking for. He felt that adding in Bob Reynolds unlocked the story he was looking for, though many of the ideas were already in place before that. So you can't help but be like, wait, so he was going to be a out-of-control Hulk. And it's like, yeah, well...
I guess it depends on what they mean by a human time bomb. It could be like emotionally, he's just going to explode with all of his rage because they're trying to turn him into some unhinged maniac psycho.
Well, yeah, that's what's funny is that better matches what I expected them to do with him, turn him into like a strict villain eventually, but we apparently dodged that spite bullet. There are a couple of versions where part of Valentina's manipulation for them, John Walker, she convinces him that his super soldier serum was deteriorating and he needed updates. He needed to have monthly shots, which were actually implanting a Hulk bomb.
A Hulk bomb?
Which is...
That's funny.
She needed
How
to create...
come my skin's turning red? No, it's just the lighting. It's just the lighting in here.
I just like...
You won't turn into the evil president, man.
If she needed to create an event, she could set him off so he would rage out into a big monster. It was fine, but it didn't work the same. It's like, oh...
Sounds a little...
I love how stories get made. So great. So, searching for that emotional impact is what pushed Pearson away from Walker and led him to Bob. He explained his thought process blow by blow, saying, it was fun to make Walker detestable, and then make him the person they had to save, and have that be his big breakthrough of, oh my god, what an asshole I've been. At that point, and realizing that this wasn't working after a couple of times, I just had this, wasn't there a comic where Superman was blonde and he had Satan as his alter ego? I seriously.
Why did he say it like that? Why did he say it in that specific way to indicate just how little like he knows or cares really about the comics?
It's just like why let us know that this is the process?
You can find better ways of actually expressing it. They're like, oh wait, wasn't there this fucking character that was this in the comics? Oh yeah, let's use that. It's like, Jesus.
Like, not only showing just complete disregard, but also casually being like, yeah, it's fun to make Walker detestable. It's like, wow, you don't care about the character at all, do you? It's like,
shit.
Okay.
He's just your little digital punching bag. He's just the loser you can make fun of. He's just some asshole you can write. Okay. It's so funny that you messed up and made him an interesting character. That will never not amuse me.
I went back and read the comics and was like, yeah, the Sentry is pure good and the Void is pure evil. Some interesting character analysis there.
Yeah.
I was like, what if it's less vague as that, and it's more self-esteem and heroic ambition versus depression and self-loathing and isolation and loneliness, Pearson went on. That's all our characters' journeys lumped into one villain, one person who can be their antagonist. It gave everything we wanted. This insight into the writing process is interesting to consider when looking ahead at Sentry's significance to the multiverse saga and the possibilities for John Walker in the future as well. Thunderbolts is in theaters now.
I guess it is technically in theaters now. I don't know for how much longer though. I think there were. I think when I went to go see Mission Impossible, I think there were 2 showings still hanging in there.
Just broadly is insane that the film almost became a Hulk movie with John Walker, like being a crazy Hulk. You would have thought things would be under somewhat more control, but every single time we ever get information about any of this, it's always like this. The reality of, no, it was a catastrophic mistake that it ended up the way that it was anyway. So Thunderbolts co-writer Eric Pearson also revealed Bill Foster becoming Goliath was a potential for the film.
Goliath.
Really?
By the way, most people don't even fucking know who that is in the MCU, let alone the comics.
I don't think I do.
Oh,
Lawrence
you might have to
Fishburne.
remind me.
Lawrence Fishburne and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Which, isn't it funny saying Lawrence Fishburne? People be like, okay, that doesn't help. Who is he in
Lawrence
the MCU?
Fishburne in what movie?
A different fate for Taskmaster, which we're about to go over. John Walker becoming Red Hulk, which, yeah. Adamantium being used as a plot point. I love how just...
Oh, good.
Like, as if...
We needed a second movie with Adamantium as the plot point. Remember, it was the namesake of the last Captain America movie, though you would be forgiven for forgetting that.
Mm-hmm. The story taking place entirely in the vault. They would never. Marvel would fucking never.
That would... No, if a well-written movie where they're trapped there the whole time could be interesting, but, well-written, so, oh well.
And then each member having their own shame room in the void. So that's kind of a funny one at the end there, because it's like, oh yeah, that probably should have happened.
Assumed. Yeah, that's what they should have done.
But oh well.
But they didn't.
I want to take time away. So on the topic of Taskmaster, I assume, because we kind of covered how she is so weird, obviously, how she died so early and all that sort of stuff. She was Olga
It's tragic.
Kurylenko was in one of the promotional materials, sort of revealing the Thunderbolts to actually be the new Avengers, which was funny,
we
if
saw
anything,
because
it's
fan club meeting, yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? It feels so awkward because she's not with them when the Thunderbolts even gets referenced or remotely happens. So, but there's this other clip that I thought was, I don't know what to think of this. Like, if you all pull it up and we'll sync it so that everyone at home will be able to see it happen. This is just one of your average interviews. The tweet says, first they unveil the new Avengers title while standing with Taskmaster's actress, and then this. Was everyone ready?
I'm ready.
Yep.
Not quite. Hang on, my shit's slow.
Oh God. Well, I can play it on this. If you want to just pull up the stream, I can play it there.
Wait, I got it.
Good. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Who's the best Thunderbolt? And you can't say yourself.
I'm gonna go unconditional. I'm gonna say Taskmaster.
Who's the
So, like,
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
I don't know if David Harbour was trying to make a joke or he was messing around, but it's just like almost mean.
It feels like the other two. They're like, oh shit, it's the one we fucking killed.
Yeah, we killed without even meeting her. So, just yeah, she's a Thunderbolt. No, she's not. We showed that poster where it was like Taskmaster. This is a Thunderbolt. No, it's not. A
poster wouldn't lie.
True, but
I do like how all of their laughs are just like, holy fuck, we did her dirty laughs.
Yeah,
like, they all know.
Yeah, but hey, it's not their fault. They didn't write it.
No, they just have to deal with.
Oh no, I would
hell.
never insult anyone by calling them a Disney writer. No.
So this is what we got as what was supposed to happen with her character. Here's a summary of the entirety of Taskmaster's role in the original version. Antonio shows up in the Ox Corps or whatever vault, level 5, sent by Val to kill John Walker. She recognizes Yelena from the Red Room days and fights like a machine, using her mimicry and reflexes to dodge and strike. Team realizes Val's playing them. When they're trapped in the incinerator, Antonia's confusion hits at a deeper issue with her. She opens up about her past, an explosion at 9 that messed up her brain, caused by Black Widow, leaving her with patchy memory after years of lab experiments, which is her history that I don't think they just don't care anymore. Snaps at Walker for being a jerk about it.
Wow.
Of course,
yeah.
Of course he would be a jerk about it.
This vulnerability bonds her with Yelena and Ghost, who get her pain. Ava makes a video for Antonia to explain things every time she feels lost or brain fries, I guess. She saves the day by spotting the sonic barrier's power source and stabbing it with her sword, letting Ava phase out to free them. Yeah, it's not. It's just like, oh, okay. Explosion. She's glitching and attacks Walker again until her memory gets jogged. In the elevator shaft, she escapes, shares her history, her dad's accident, the lab life, Val's false...
Skittles part.
They mentioned this a couple of times in this. I don't know what the... Yeah, they all share Skittles. They keep saying this.
They all share Skittles. Bonding moment. This is like, what is it with Skittles? Because in Fury of the Gods, the Shazam movie, they had the fucking Taste the Rainbow.
Taste the Rainbow. Man. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, yes, Val's false promise to fix her if she does work for her. She connects with Ava over shared trauma on the roof of the anchors a helicopter with a grappling arrow. It's all like action stuff, you know. And Bucky ambushes them. Antonia's memory flickers. She recalls punching Walker. Funny scene. She's the only one who's able to get free and kicks Bucky's ass in a fight.
I don't see how that's possible.
He's a super soldier. He's got the mountain.
Like, even if she tries to mimic him, like, what's she gonna do? What?
Not how it works.
The fuck out of her.
Impressed with the mimic abilities until he outsmarts her. His story of Val's control softens Bucky, releases the others, and joins the plan, but not before they take a breather and share some Skittles. Bonding moment.
Yes, Skittles. Oh, they're like M&Ms, but worse. Obviously worse.
At the airfield, Antonia backs Yelena's call to save Walker and Bob after they were taken by Val. Seeing them as part of the team, she storms Avengers Tower, tearing through the guards and tells Walker he belongs, hitting him hard emotionally. They share Skittles. It's getting ridiculous.
Okay.
In the showdown at the penthouse, Antonia nearly kills Val, but stops short when Sentry Bob arrives. She's shocked, but fights hard, teaming with Ava. Sentry wipes them out. She tosses her weapon, sways Sentry, helps spark his doubt about Val's orders. He doesn't listen. He escapes with the team. Rest of it pretty much the same as it was in the film, but Taskmaster involved. So, oh yeah, the fucking movie ends with them sharing Skittles. Bonding moment.
Yeah, more Skittles.
So, like...
as much as you look at that and go like, huh, what? You still look at it and go, why'd you decide not to go in this direction? Why did you decide to kill her?
Well, so there's just a small amount of conspiracy theory going on with some people of like, what happened that they wiped her out? Was this something happened with the actress? Something happened with...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, right? It's a bit hard to make sense of because this is like a story. It probably wouldn't have been a good one. Even reading it doesn't look like a particularly good one, but like this is a story where the character is being utilized, and instead she shows up for 1 minute, says one line, and gets like shot in the head. So yeah, it's kind of bizarre, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, and a lot of this stuff you could imagine was just a matter of editing to move it out, and then a handful of reshoots, and she's gone. So because her death is just strange. Even for Marvel.
Strange.
It just sort of happens.
It's oddly unceremonious for a Marvel movie.
And the fact that they made sure to show her bleeding and then incinerated her, you know, it's like, oh wow, okay. Yeah, you really, really, really want her dead. And then, of course, she's not in the promotional stuff outside of that one video where she looks very awkward. So yeah, you know, there's some weirdness there. Don't know what's going on. The whole film is odd. It was constructed just like every other Marvel film. It was as bad as one would have expected. It's making the same amount of money that one would expect. And yet, for some reason, it got so much critical acclaim.
Interesting.
Very, very odd.
I mean, like, I would be surprised if it didn't get more than usual. There is something about its construction that leads you to believe they kind of tried to make it like a real movie, but nah, it's not. It was shit. It was still terrible. That's the thing.
It was still awful. Like the only thing that can really be said in its favor is that like it sometimes has a through line that is present, and some of its characters have a feeling, and it's like, well, that's the bare minimum you would expect, but it is a little bit more than we've come to expect from recent Marvel films. Ergo, it's somehow better.